Hey everyone, this is Shubham Singh from section 3, roll number 21EX10032. This is my third DIY assignment in which I am gonna disassemble this mosquito racket and we will check out its working. Like, you must wonder how exactly a small circuit inside, which you will be seeing in a minute, generates such a high voltage which kills mosquito. But before moving on that, let's first check out its external features. So you can see there is a charging pin. With this we charge a battery inside, and there is a LED which glows while charging. And here you can see this is a on off switch, and when we switch it on and press this button, there is a one more LED which starts glowing, and it indicates that now the racket is in working condition and the electricity is flowing through this mesh. And now if any conductor comes in the contact with this mesh, you see we get an electric discharge over here. Now let's disassemble it. Here you can see all the circuit elements are soldered onto this motherboard, and when we connect these two red wires through an external AC source with the help of these two charging pins, there is a red LED over here which is connected to it with a resistance in a series. It starts glowing and current flows through these metallic contacts. Further, you can see here is a polypropylene capacitor with a resistance. It simply drops down the voltage because we just have to charge this 4-volt lead acid battery, and connected to it there is a rectifier which basically converts AC voltage to DC voltage and charges this battery which is connected to it through these red and black wires. Lead acid battery is fed into this so-called oscillator circuit, which consists of few resistors and a NPN transistor. And you can see in the bottom there are 3 pins that are emitter, base and collector. This network basically converts DC voltage to AC voltage, and connected to this we have another circuit which makes use of this step-up transformer. The oscillating voltage is connected to 2 of the terminals of this step-up transformer, and the other 2 terminals gives an oscillating voltage of a much higher amplitude. Then we have another network of 3 black cylindrical diodes, 2 blue PF capacitors, PF means picofarad, and there is one red polypropylene capacitor. The amplified voltage is fed into this network, and ultimately we get a very high voltage of the order of around 2 to 3 kilo ohm across the terminal of this capacitor. And this is what actually kills the mosquito. Mosquito discharges the terminals of the capacitor. Now let's see how the discharging is done. If you see closely, there are 3 meshes, and here there are 3 wires. These 2 white wires are connected to the one end of the capacitor, and this black wire is connected to the other end of the capacitor, and these 2 white wires are connected to the terminals of the outer meshes, and this black wire is connected to the terminal of inner mesh. And when the mosquito comes in the contact of inner mesh and either of the 2 outer meshes, it completes the circuit and shorts the terminals of the supercharged capacitor. As a result, it conducts a very high current through its body and ultimately dies. And you can see when I turn the racket on carefully and touch this tester to the inner mesh only, nothing is happening. But as soon as I touch this to the outer mesh as well, you can see there is a spark. So this is how it works. Now let me reassemble it. Now let's see how careful I was while explaining, and is it working or not. Great. So you can see it is working. So this is it. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much.